Joining me now is Republican Senator Roger Wicker, a member of the Senate Republican Leadership Team, a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator, thank you so much for being with us. What is your view? We have Reince Priebus as Chief of Staff. A lot of people on the Hill are very happy about that. Steve Bannon as counselor to the president, co-equal.
Well, I've known Reince Priebus for a long time, and of course, these last 2 years as chairman of the NRSC, I've worked hand in hand with him as chairman of the Republican National Committee. So I know him very well. I don't know Steve Bannon, but I'm looking forward to getting to know him and working together to move this country forward.
Do you have any concerns about the fact that as the CEO or the executive at Breitbart, Breitbart was pursuing an agenda that was so controversial, going after people for their religion, their ethnicity, going after Paul Ryan?
Well, like I say, I've never met Steve Bannon, but let me just say this. He just got through helping to run a campaign in which Donald Trump got more minority votes than Mitt Romney did 4 years ago, more Hispanic votes, more black votes. So obviously, he's figured out a way to get the candidate to reach out, and I think the result has been pretty good. So no, I don't have those concerns, and I haven't paid attention to those particular allegations that you mentioned. I think he's going to work for Donald Trump. He's going to work hand in hand with the rest of the campaign that the American people responded to.
And we haven't heard from the former Speaker, John Boehner, in a long time, but he was at a conference on CNBC, and this is what he had to say when asked what kind of Republican Donald Trump is. Let's watch.
Donald Trump is not an ideologue. You know, I said yesterday he's barely a Republican. And he could be barely a Democrat as well. So nobody really knows where he's going, but he made it pretty clear during the campaign of what his issues are. But I would expect things like infrastructure, tax reform, and this will surprise you, but immigration reform.
So your top priorities, you were an early endorser of Donald Trump. What do you see him doing realistically, pragmatically, because he certainly indicated in his meeting with President Obama that he may be more pragmatic. He's already talking about saving some parts of Obamacare if he can figure out the funding, some of the more popular parts. What do you think are the top priorities as he comes in the first 100 days?
Well, I think he's going to, I think he said on Obamacare, we're going to take care of pre-existing conditions. We always wanted to do that 8 and 9 years ago when we started talking about this, and keeping people in the home 26 years of age and under on insurance. Those are things that we've all wanted to do. So I'm glad he wants to keep those. But I think Donald Trump wants to appoint Supreme Court justices that are approved by the Federalist Society. So we'll see more justices like Alito and Roberts, and I agree with the former speaker about infrastructure. I think we're talking about repatriation of some overseas tax money to pay for that. Also use part of that for tax reform. So I don't know if Donald Trump is an ideologue or not, but it seems to me that in terms of philosophy, the initial things he's talking about are things that I am very, very much supportive of. I'm very excited about.
And what do you think of Rudy Giuliani as a possible Secretary of State?
Well, I think Rudy Giuliani is very capable. I've admired him for years. I've met him on numerous occasions. I have no idea what role he might have, but I would expect to be supportive if he were nominated for an important position.
Thank you so much, Senator Roger Wicker.
Thank you.